What's up, internet users, and welcome to the Douay-Rheims Daily. Today is May the 11th. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. Today we're going to be reading 2 Samuel, chapters 9 and 10, Psalm 125, and the second chapter of the Gospel of John. So let's get right into it. 2 Samuel, also known as 2 Kings in the Douay-Rheims, chapter 9. And David said, "Is there any one, think you, left of the house of Saul, that I may show kindness to him for Jonathan's sake? Now there was of the house of Saul a servant named Siba, and when the king had called him in to him, he said to him, Art thou Siba? And he answered, I am Siba thy servant. And the king said, Is there any one left of the house of Saul, that I may show the mercy of God unto him? And Siba said to the king, There is a son of Jonathan left, who is lame of his feet. Where is he? Said he. And Siba said to the king, Behold, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodabar. Then King David sent, and brought him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel of Lodabar. And when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come to David, he fell on his face and worshipped. And David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, Behold thy servant. And David said to him, Fear not, for I will surely show you mercy for Jonathan thy father's sake, and I will restore the lands of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table always. He bowed down to him and said, Who am I thy servant, that thou shouldst look upon such a dead dog as I am? Then the king called Siba the servant of Saul, and said to him, All that belonged to Saul, and all his house, I have given to thy master's son. Therefore thou and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in food for thy master's son, that he may be maintained. And Mephibosheth, the son of thy master, shall always eat bread at my table. And Siba had 15 sons and 20 servants. And Siba said to the king, As thou, my lord the king, hast commanded thy servant, so will thy servant do. And Mephibosheth shall eat at my table, as one of the sons of the king. And Mephibosheth had a young son, whose name was Micah. And all the kindred of the house of Siba served Mephibosheth. But Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, because he ate always of the king's table, and he was lame of both feet. Chapter 10. And it came to pass after this, that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanun his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness to Hanun the son of Deus, as his father showed kindness to me. So David sent his servants to comfort him for the death of his father. But when the servants of David were come into the land of the children of Ammon, the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanun their lord, Thinkest thou that for the honor of thy father David hath sent comforters to thee? And hath not David rather sent his servants to thee to search and spy into the city and overthrow it? Wherefore Hanun took the servants of David, and shaved off the one half of their beards, and cut away half of their garments even to the buttocks, and sent them away. When this was told David, he sent to meet them, for the men were sadly put to confusion. And David commanded them, saying, Stay at Jericho till your beards be grown, and then return. And the children of Ammon, seeing that they had done an injury to David, sent and hired the Syrians of Rohab and the Syrians of Soba, 20,000 footmen, and of the king of Makkah 1,000 men, and of Ishtob 12,000 men. And when David heard this, he sent Joab and the whole army of warriors. And the children of Ammon came out, and set their men in array at the entering in of the gate. But the Syrians of Soba, and of Rohab, and of Ishtob, and of Makkah were by themselves in the field. Then Joab, seeing that the battle was prepared against him, both before and behind, chose of all the choice men of Israel, and put them in array against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered to Abishai his brother, who set them in array against the children of Ammon. And Joab said, If the Syrians are too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon are too strong for thee, then I will help thee. Be of good courage, and let us fight for our people and for the city of our God, and the Lord will do what is good in his sight. And Joab and the people that were with him began to fight against the Syrians, and they immediately fled before him. And the children of Ammon, seeing that the Syrians were fled, they fled also before Abishai, and entered into the city. And Joab returned from the children of Ammon, and came to Jerusalem. Then the Syrians, seeing that they had fallen before Israel, gathered themselves together. And Adarezer sent and fetched the Syrians that were beyond the river, and brought over their army. And Sobak, the captain of the host of Adarezer, was their general. And when this was told David, he gathered all Israel together, and passed over the Jordan, and came to Halam. And the Syrians set themselves in array against David, and fought against him. And the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew of the Syrians the men of 700 chariots, and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Sobak the captain of the army, who presently died. And all the kings that were auxiliaries of Adarezer, seeing themselves overcome by Israel, were afraid, and fled away, 58,000 men before Israel. And they made peace with Israel, and served them, and all the Syrians were afraid to help the children of Ammon any more. Next is Psalm 125. In convertendo. When the Lord brought back the captivity of Sion, we became like men comforted. Then was our mouth filled with gladness, and our tongue with joy. Then shall they say among the Gentiles, the Lord hath done great things for them. The Lord hath done great things for us. We are become joyful. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as a stream in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Going they went and wept, casting their seeds, but coming they shall come with joyfulness, carrying their sheaves. And lastly, the second chapter of the Gospel according to John. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And Jesus also was invited, and his disciples, to the marriage. And the wine failing, the mother of Jesus saith to him, They have no wine. And Jesus saith to her, Woman, what is that to me and to thee? My hour is not yet come. His mother saith to the waiters, Whatsoever he shall say, do ye. Now there were set there 6 water pots of stone, according to the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 measures apiece. Jesus saith to them, Fill the water pots with water. And they filled them up to the brim. And Jesus saith to them, Draw out now and carry to the chief steward of the feast. And they carried it. And when the chief steward had tasted the water made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the waiters knew who had drawn the water, the chief steward calleth the bridegroom, and saith to him, Every man at first setteth forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. This beginning of miracles did Jesus in Cana of Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother, and his brethren and his disciples, and they remained there not many days. And the Pasch of the Jews was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And he found in the temple them that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made, as it were, a scourge of little cords, he drove them all out of the temple, the sheep also and the oxen, and the money of the changers he poured out, and the tables he overthrew. And to them that sold doves he said, Take these things hence, and make not the house of my Father a house of traffic. And his disciples remembered that it was written, The zeal of thy house hath eaten me up. The Jews therefore answered and said to him, What sign dost thou show unto us, seeing thou dost these things? Jesus answered and said to them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. The Jews then said, 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou raise it up in 3 days? But he spoke of the temple of his body. When therefore he was risen again from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this, and they believed the scripture and the word that Jesus had said. Now when he was at Jerusalem at the Pasch upon the festival day, many believed in his name, seeing his signs which he did. But Jesus did not trust himself unto them, for that he knew all men, and because he needed not that any should give testimony of man, for he knew what was in man. And that is it. A rather short reading, but very powerful. So we got some real stuff here. First of all, it's Mother's Day. How coincidental. What a coinkydink. We've got the mother of Jesus in the second chapter of John at the wedding of Cana. showing some concern for the lack of wine, not wanting the bridegroom to lose face in front of his peeps, encourages her son to intervene here, to step in and say, hey, they have no more wine, the heart of a mother, right? She has so few words and so much heart. And then, of course, you don't forget the Old Testament. We got, David. This one always makes me laugh, but it's sad. It's really sad. David sending comforters to his old buddies back when he was hiding from Saul. And his old buddies, I think it was that guy's name Ammon, who died, and then his son, he didn't know David. He was like, well, they're probably coming over here just to spy on us. Let's go ahead and shave their beards off and trim their cloaks down to the cheeks. Very shameful indeed. It's kind of interesting that the Bible includes these details, but it's true. And then to top that off, the cherry on that Sunday, they were like, well, now we're going to tick off the Israelites. Now we better start war with them because they're probably going to start war with us. It's like these guys are nothing but trouble. It's chaotic. But anyway, that's about it. I'm going to wrap this one up. Any mothers out there, I wish you a happy Mother's Day. Don't forget, not only your earthly mother, but your spiritual mother as well. Mary, the mother of God. She's also your mother. She's our mother in a spiritual sense. And she loves you very much. So be sure to give her flowers as well on this day. God bless.